We decided to make Don Quixote, and I think the reason was that Tom was at the Philip Gollier School, and Gollier suggested to him that it was the ultimate book of clown, the characterization. So Tom went away and read no more than a few pages, opening pages, and was inspired to do this. And he was on the phone to us saying, let's make this show. I think when this group of people came together, it was assumed that I would make some music. It was assumed that Anton may make some work with light and torches, that Tom would work on dramaturgy. It became very apparent from the outset that we were all going to sort of cross over on this and just bring whatever fields of work we had to our disposal, and also to sort of trade and enjoy that experience. We started with the premise that we wanted to give people what they might expect to see of Don Quixote. If they'd not read the novel but they knew it was a romantic adventure of an old man who goes off into the Spanish landscape. So we constructed a kind of 5-minute shadow sequence. After that moment, you go through a series of rather bold, big visual things that all seem to sort of overwrite one another. And we're trying to achieve some of what Cervantes did in his novel with the way in which he constructed the story through the lo-fi multimedia ways that we are retelling our version of what we understand this story to be.
And this is Don Quixote, which was voted recently by authors in 55 different countries around the world to be the world's best book ever. But it is, in fact, 2 books. The first book was written, could you hold that up for me? The first book was written in 1605 by Miguel de Cervantes, and hold that up. And the second book was written 10 years later. In fact, Cervantes actually pretends throughout the book that he isn't the author, and he says that he just found a whole load of loose pages in a market, and that he had them translated from Arabic into Spanish. And I guess this is the English edition, so there's the translator's notes at the beginning there as well.
I think one of the things we're aiming for is to constantly be surprising the audience, and this comes directly again from the book. Cervantes is always a step or two ahead of the reader, and it's necessary for that vital energy. So we made a deliberate attempt to always be pulling the rug from under our audience in a supportive way, in a way that's engaging and exciting, but to be re-evaluating how we tell this story through media as much as through narrative.
Where are all the women? Quixotes. Who's Ellie Davis? Thank you. Emily Davis.
The woman who jumped in front of the horse in the suffragettes.
Okay. So, trying to change the world for the better. Almost definitely failed. Well, I mean, at the time, almost definitely could have failed, for sure. Science definitely didn't approve. They did die trying. Emily Davis. Quixote, non-Quixote? Yeah!
We're keen to not imbue our work with an immediate sense of theatricality from the black box or theatre space that inevitably comes with showing work there. So we have been showing it in basements, and I think that it's quite exciting to learn how to move this show into different spaces, non-theatre spaces. The show is kind of made up of about six installations, 6 units, and one of the most fun parts is going into a new space and deciding where everything is going to go. So it is built to be flexible, both with performer and with space.